Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I'd like to introduce you to Cora. Cora is the AI that we develop, um, and especially for you to use. First aid. If you find out there's some part doesn't work, just email to us, and we will take care the bugs ASAP. Now remember, even Microsoft, um, they have to patch its window frequently. And when they come up any new version of the window, they also have a lot of bugs. That's just the nature of the computer. Second is about your data. Uh, these platforms also used by Google and QuickBook and some major airlines. So your data virtually as safe as a Google, QuickBook, and the airline um, database. Next, I'd like to tell you one important change is that you need to register your transaction uh, within 24 hours, not after your closing, but after your client sign a contract. That contract means the mutual acceptance or listing contract. If a selling contract, you need to register after 24 hours of mutual acceptance. If a listing um, contract, and you need to register your listing contract, listing transaction after 24 hours, your client signed the leasing contract. All right. Next, I will show you this report is for the transactions. I have not paid, but suppose closed already. And on the other hand, if the transaction is closed, is a closing date, but also we pay already. If you see your transactions is not here, go to add transactions. But if you cannot find your profile, you need to first go to add profile first. And let me show you. Let me see what time is it. Oops. The add broker file. Now, almost all agents do not fill out that extra information or optional information. It's up to you, but I suggest you fill them out. If you have a monthly bonus because there's some agents under you manage or you just refer to us, you need to fill out here in order to Cora to tell us to pay you monthly bonus. Your last thing is to save it. Once you save it, Cora knows you, then you can able to add transactions. A transaction, you here you can able to see the first your file, the name, and the first 3 digits of your MLS number. The second thing is you have to tell Cora that you represent the buyer or seller. Let's say you represent the buyer, then she will show you the uh, information or data she require for the uh, selling contract. If you put represent the seller, then she will only show you the listing program, the listing regulatory and the commissions. Now, the selling and listing is quite different. If you represent the buyer, let's go to the buyer first. You need to tell us the closing date, the inspection deadline, the financial deadline. By tell Cora this information, and she will figure out. You also need to tell us the commission at the commission park. Now, if you represent the seller, you may not know the closing date, and so it's not required. And you do not know the inspection date, and you do not know the financial contingency date, so therefore it's not required. Excuse me. On the commission park also is not certain because you do not know exactly what's the commission until the mutual acceptance. Actually, it's until after the inspections. Um, Therefore, but you need to guess what is the commission. But if you're a business seller, you probably do not refund your commission to the seller. So there you put 0. Excuse me. I need to, guys, rest. Now, after your closing, you should go to tell Cora that you have a closing because this regulatory item you only know after the closing. You probably do not or unable to do this thing before the closing, so you have to come back here and tell Cora that how you do after the closing. Now, after the closing, if you do not able to, you see your file here, it's not paid yet, you can go to the report and see you have any violation. For example, you can, again, we do not show the broker's name for the privacy. You can tell that, let's say this broker, if you did not able to see your commission in your bank account, you can come here and say, oh, that is my transaction. I have a violation, the email receipt. Then you say, well, why you have the violation? Then you go back home. You go to the source and you create the rule. Then, well, there's a state regulation right here. Earns money. You need to deposit the earnest money within, I believe, it's 72 business hour. Your receipt have to show that. If not, Cora will tell you that you have a violation. If you have a violation, you can go to settle your violation with her. Tell her a special situation. Tell her that this is your first transaction. Um, then she will make a judgment to reduce your fine. Um, the fine schedule, you can also look at the result. Um, First of all, this is just a minor one, and this is the major violation. The major violation usually is the state regulation that put your license and the whole company license in risk. That's why the fine is much more heavier. All right, that's the part one. Um, that's the part one tutorial. Uh, I will do more tutorial as soon as possible. Come on. Mm.